Yes, it's just I like walk around or I'll be sitting here because I want to give them that space
Mhm.
to, just give them their space to enjoy that and not having me being like, what are you working on or what are you doing or are you doing this? I just go up here, put up the smart board, scroll down, see who's working, and they see that I'm looking to see who's working, and they're just like on there. So they're on their little world, and I prefer them to have that space. And if they have a question, they come to me or I go to them and be like, how can I help you? I'm like, did you guys forget I was here? What's going on? And they're just like, I love this. I always get, are we doing little sponges today? Do I bring my headphones to class today? Every time, every morning. I'm like, not today. But Miss B, you said we're gonna do this today. I'm like, I'm kidding. Yes, we're working on little sponges today. Bring your headphones. Yes, we're gonna be doing little sponges. And then they run and they tell the teacher, we have to take our headphones to Spanish class because we're working on the computer. And when they don't bring their headphones, they know like, oh, we're not doing computers.
Mhm.
So they already know.
Mhm.
Um, it's just that routine, and they enjoy it. I enjoy it.
That's so great to hear that the students are enjoying the program. That's
Yes, they truly are.
that's good. What part do they like the most?
I think they like a little bit of everything, especially the intro, the song.
Yeah.
I would hear them singing, like I'm walking in the hallway and I can hear them
Really?
sing
Aw.
song, and I'm like, look at you.
They even sing it after class.
Yes.
Are you finding it helpful for you as a teacher? Is it helping you save time in lesson planning or preparation?
Ye- Yes. So when we just took our first unit assessment, and I noticed like some of the spelling from my like last year compared to this year. So like my first graders last year, they're now second graders. And their spelling is just like, I'm like, wow, where did you learn that word? And they're like, on the video, it was in the video. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I can see like there's different connections from like the book to the computer, and I am enjoying it, and they are enjoying it too.
Wow.
Because even I don't even remember what it was, but one of the students was like, I did not know this word was this, and I can't even remember what it was. I'm like, yeah, there's many words in Spanish that we don't even know ourselves as
Right.
grown-ups. They're like, what? And I'm like, yes.
So is it the visuals that helped him understand the meaning and gave him that comprehensible input? Is
Mm-hmm.
okay. So he saw it in the book before, but um,
Yeah.
he wasn't really
So in the
connected.
book, it would be, I honestly can't even remember what it was, because there's just been so much. But I know like there was something in the book that we talked about, and it popped up in the video. And they're like, but you said it was this. And I'm like, but it's also called this. They're like, oh, okay. They're like, are you right? I'm like, it's in the book and it's here. I don't make words up. They're
Yeah,
like, okay.
that's awesome. And what book are you using?
So we're still using the listos.
Okay.
The like, yes.
Right. So you're seeing the connections there, the correlation between the themes and the content, and it's helping maybe enhance their comprehension.
Yes. And I think they really do look forward coming to class, um, because now it's different. So before it would just be book, slideshow, coloring, or activity here, activity there. But now it's like, oh, now we get to use the computers, and
Mhm.
that was only last year to get to use the computers. Um, but again, it was just like, what can we do? Do we just create a site or a game and just the same game? For me, it would be boring, and I'm pretty sure for them it would be
Yeah.
boring too. Okay, we know the answers already.
Yeah.
Just give it to me. They're like, just give me the
Mhm.
candy.
Yeah.
So this is very like different for them because every again like I tell them every unit is gonna be a different experience. Every unit is going to be a different topic. So we're not going to be talking about mom and dad all 11 units or 14 units. No, we're going to be talking about different stuff. And they like it. So the ones that were like, I don't know Spanish, I don't want to learn. They're just on the computer and they're just like staring at the screen and they're like, what was this word? And I'm like, you were saying you don't know Spanish? So, you know, I like to like play around with them and be like, hey, what was the word you learned today? And they'll tell me.
They'll tell you. So, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear they enjoy Little Sponges and different adventures. And they're doing great. I can see in the grade book, the numbers look amazing. Have a lot of green, a lot of good scores, 100s and 90s. So that's awesome. That's a testament to your hard work.
Yeah. And I tell them, if you don't get 100 the first time, it's okay. You can always go back and do it. Nobody's perfect. We don't all get 100. Don't be overwhelmed or don't get like upset because you didn't get 100 and your partner did. And there's one thing I did tell them, and I keep noticing it, which is we're watching the same video, we're playing the game, but then when it comes to the quiz, we're trying to do it together, but then one friend scores higher and the other friend scores lower, and I'm like, I told you so. They're not the same questions.
Correct.
I'm like, this could be answering about la mama and you're probably answering about the daughter. And they're like, we thought it was a partner. No, we know it's not a partner work. There's times where I allow them to watch the videos, but like I know like the quiz and the game is different. So I'm like, you choose your own battle, you choose your own struggle. So you will find out at the end if you're paying attention or not. Yes, and it's so funny to see their reactions because I'm like, I already told you, you know, the answers are going to be different from your answers. So they're still there working, trying to work together, and they finish the test and you see the other one, yes, and then you see the other one. What can I say? They go back and the other friend is already two activities forward and the other one is still taking the test. And I'm like, I told you so, but not really. But you know, that's how they learn. Yeah, and it's like I tell most of the students that do not speak Spanish, you need to hear that word and like that repetition. That's the way it's gonna help you remember. Look at the picture, say the word, listen to the word, say it again, and it's just that constant repetition. I was telling the teacher, I'm like, I wish Little Sponges would have been here. I should have had access to it or used it last year, because last year I had K5 too. So I feel like they would have enjoyed the program as well. Especially because, you know, they're little, they're coming from K4 and they love that visuals of videos and music. So I feel like that's a good way for them also to remember that that vocabulary, because it's also being used in their classrooms. Especially now that they're becoming dual language. Well, now they're dual language. So now they're listening to English and Spanish, but like just making it a little bit more fun for them, and in a video or in a song and these activities, I think they love it too. So hopefully they can include this next year in K5. If I don't see them for Spanish, at least in their classrooms, you know. Having a use.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Because the first and second grade teachers are like, what is this program that they're always talking about? And, come see what we're doing in my class. And they're like, they're doing all of this in the class? I'm like, yes. They're like, wow. So it has their name and their login.
Okay.
Perfect. Wow. Yeah.
So I am redoing some of ours.
Sure.
Our friends that were having that problem, I'm just sending it. So I'll be sending it like in paper form and then also in a message,
Okay.
because a lot of our kids lose everything when it
Yeah.
comes to paper.
You're gonna send it home with them in the folder, like for parents?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So every Wednesday they take home they take their Wednesday folder home. So it's like newsletter, stuff that's gonna be happening in school, if there's school, or upcoming dates. So I'm gonna send it there. With them, hopefully it gets to parents, or else we use Class Dojo. I'm gonna be sending it like individual messages. Yeah, and at first, the kids, they find it funny because they see puppets and they said, "Oh, we're big kids now. We're no longer into puppets." But then they come in the next day and they're singing the song and they're going along with the puppets. Hi. And I'm like, and you were saying you were old enough?
Yeah.
So
What grade is that?
Mostly the second graders. At first, they were like, "This is for babies and for little kids," and we're too old for this. And now you see them and they're on the computer, like there's no, like, I'm not here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I told you I love it, and they're like, "You were right, Miss B. I love it. Can we do this again tomorrow?" Like, I don't see you tomorrow, but next class, yes.
Yeah.
But then again, they are like into the computer, and they're just like talking to the computer, and I think they're talking to me, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're talking and doing the video," and they're like, "Well, did you remember this, Miss B?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm learning with you guys. We're both learning." So it's fun. It like completely changed their mindset. It's like a completely different view for them. And I'm like, because no matter how old you are, you're still gonna enjoy things you watched when you were little. I'm like, I know I enjoy watching the videos, and I'm 20-something years old.
Wow. So you've done a lot. You're invested. We really appreciate it. It seems like that you really have a firm grasp of how it might be best implemented for your students. So yeah, we're super excited for that. So thank you.
No, thank you for having this program.
It's so cool to see like kids really enjoy it and love it, and so I know that that's I think a huge satisfaction for both of us.
Yes.
And it was for me too, seeing my kids use it in school. Like it was really cool. So
it's been such a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for all your hard work. I know it takes a lot of dedication to adopting your tool and figure it out and get your students using it. So thank you for everything you've done so far, and I know you're going to do great moving forward. Please reach out to us anytime. We're here to help and make you and your students successful, and just keep up the great work.